Good evening, everyone, and welcome. We are Random Encounter Productions. I'm Cody Stone, and with me tonight we have...
I'm Andrew Day. I'm playing the dictator of primarily grief.
That is you, Meg.
Hi, I'm Megan, and I'm playing Lauren, the Observant Knight.
Hi, I'm Nick. I'm playing Allison, the Godbinder.
And I'm Matthew, and I'm playing Jackson, the Fool.
Yes, all right. Thank you. And so tonight's stream is brought to you by interesting tech setups and some exhaustion. So we apologize for anything that has to do. But in addition to those wonderful sponsors, we do have another one. It is from thecriticaldice.com. Yes, Matthew, what happens at thecriticaldice.com?
Well, The Critical Dice is the place to go for any and all of your nerd needs. They have dice, they have pins, dice, and shirts and hats and all sorts of really cute, nerdy shit. And if you use the code in the code that's already in, or the link that is already in the chat, then you can save 20% off of your entire order for anything on their store, barring 2 items, dear viewer. And I do understand that is very sad. However, you don't get 20% off because you get 50% off of your first month whenever you get the Endless Dice subscription. For when you can't just buy enough dice by buying them by yourself, you have to have them sent to your home on a monthly basis in order to sate your little goblin dice needs. You can get their Endless Dice subscription and save 50% off of your first month by using the code REPRPG. Again, that's REPRPG. For both the regular and the extra large, which not only comes with dice, but also some extra little goodies. Ooh. So go out there, support them because they support us, and support the channel while you're doing it, and get yourself some cool shit in the meantime.
Nice. Thank you so much for that. Also, we do want to give a shout out to our friends over at Easy Dispel. Now, Andrew, if I'm not mistaken, you do a bit with the Easy Dispels.
Yes, I do. I'm the DM, so I fill your shoes over there.
You do all the things with the Easy Dispels.
I do all the things with Easy Dispel. Yeah, we have our classic high fantasy D&D 5th edition game that we run on Sundays we usually start around 6 p.m. Central Time. We also have been playing a lot of, just through the week, we've been playing Magicka 2, some Back 4 Blood, a lot of other stuff like that. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. I really hope people come hang out and check us out. We're getting to really fun and exciting bits of our own adventure. So.
Nice. Awesome. Super excited about that. Do we have any other big announcements tomorrow night? Oh, yes, Meg, go ahead.
Yes, I would like to just remind everybody that's in the Central Florida area, every Wednesday at 8 o'clock at Aruga's Sports Grill and Bar, I will be hosting trivia. Last week we had our Halloween game. It was spooky, scary fun. Everyone had a really great time. So we're looking forward to another fun game. You had a good time. Don't sneer at me.
No, I'm sneering at Meat Corridor.
What'd you call me?
Not you. It's this track. Let's all take a listen to some Meat Corridor.
No.
I don't want to.
Oh, that ship has sailed, my dude. It's
I'm not
all
in high school trying to impress the goth boys anymore. I don't have to listen to Meat Corridor.
Yeah, heart Meat Corridor. Anyway, please continue. Aruga's trivia. Good times.
Aruga's trivia. It's a really good time.
Yeah, excited about that. Tomorrow night, we do have the Ultensia PvP Challenger League Season 2, 4 teams, 12 gladiators. We're going 3v3v3v3 all night long. First match starts at 7 p.m. Second match starts at 9:30. You guys can make donations both to the teams, to the matches. We're going to start with a good old classic, a team fight challenge. So just scoring points for damages, for healing, for taking out your opponents. If at any point all of your opponents are making death saves or on a respawn, you get bonus points. So that's that's going to be it for tomorrow. We're going to do the map reveal in the afternoon. Going to be real simple, real classic this season around. So we are super excited for that. Now, as we dig in to tonight's adventure, I want to take a moment to let everyone know that this is a adult show. It deals with potentially triggering subject matter of depression, of suicide, of emotional manipulation, of emotional trauma, potentially gaslighting, and other things along those lines. So, for the players, if at any point you guys are not real sure where we're going and kind of want to tap out, give me a big hand wave. Yes, and if we need to stop right away, throw up the big X. Or if I am not looking at the camera specifically, do not be afraid to interrupt me, and we will immediately stop. I will double check on what the subject matter is that we need to stop for, and then we will move past it, not restarting a scene with the exact same thing. So that is, a lot of people are like, all right, we're not going to talk about it, we're just going to move on. It's like, well, I don't want to go back to the spider pit if the spider pit was the problem. So that's why I like to ask specifically. So yeah, please be warned, take care of yourselves, take care of each other. That is the most important thing. Ultimately, what we are doing here is a game, and it is for entertainment, and is not worth anyone having a bad day or being in a bad place. So, with that, I believe it is time for us to return to the world of Die. Over the past 2 weeks, our friends have reconvened. They were once a group of... I'm trying to think of what they used... What is it? The Brat Pack? Yes. But about 20 years too late. So in 2006, this group of friends worked at a little movie theater and played some D&D together. And had just graduated high school, most of them, not all of them. And in the years to come, much like friends that you make in a one very glorious summer, they have drifted apart. But for some reason, their former friend, Jeff, whom I will be portraying, has called them back together. And in these times of pandemic, in these times of games played over a great distance, he has sent his friends a set of very special and particular die. Each one of them the key to a class, with the exception of Jackson's, who Matthew portrays. He just has a D6. It's normal. It's like everybody else's. What
can you do?
On a Zoom call very much like this, he asked them to close their eyes, take a breath, roll their die, and then they found themselves lost in a world that was very much real, very much fantastical, and one that had pulled from their memories of their fantasy adventures, the places that they had gone, the events that they had faced, also from pop culture, a shared narrative, a shared story that they all knew together. Each of their perceptions, adjusting it in interesting and subtle ways. Some pop culture references came dressed in ink as they came from comic books. Others took on more science fiction elements, as their other friend, Theo, had entered the game just seemingly hours, perhaps, before them. And he never took to fantasy, but he loved science fiction. And so the Neo, which is the class he had represented by the D10, a rogue hacker addicted to the fair gold that is cultivated here within the world of Die. This pocket dimension, this single side of 20 microcosmic planes created by the Master, Jeff, to... well, we're not quite sure to what ends. Has been where our friends have lived and adventured and fought, and in the case of Theo, died in the past, I guess now it's been 2 weeks, hasn't it? Upon Theo's death, our friends discovered the truth, one of the truths of this magical realm, that those fallen, those seemingly endless hordes of nameless enemies that could be fought and killed without consequence or moral compulsion, were in fact players, dead players, just like them, doomed to rise eternally here in the world of Dai. Now, with their dead friend Theo, he has proven to them that it's a long, slow process losing yourself to the world and to being fallen. Anytime he has potentially suffered a fatal injury, he rises again, eventually, although a little less like himself. Fair gold grows within him, as it does within all fallen. And so, you all had last week ended with a conversation with Jeff, who apologized for the world that it is, and that this was not the intention. And that he had spent his recent time searching for an answer, searching for a way to return Theo. And you all agreed to do anything necessary. The answer was given that if a fallen, like Theo, kills a player, kills someone with a die, that they are returned to life. And so Jeff told you that he has been working hard to draw the attention of another Neo here to your side of the D20. And so for the past week, you all have walked carefully, cautiously, annoyingly looking at every rock and tree. Because along the way, let me ask you, along the way, how willing are you all to fight the fallen? Now knowing what they are. Now knowing the danger of what happens to you if you die. Jackson's all about it. Jackson says, Leroy, let's go.
Well, also, like, I don't know, we're here, so why not, you know?
Sure.
We were fighting them before, and I mean, none of them are Theo, so I don't mean to be callous, but I don't know them, and I don't.
They're also way further gone than he is. If they were, like, still kind of people, it would be a different conversation, but...
Well, and whoever
They're
they
all
came
gone.
here with, or whoever their adventuring party was, they clearly aren't looking for them.
Yeah.
Them or us and Theo. So
I choose Theo.
burn it down.
Correct, but I mean, every time we fight them, it's a risk that one of us could become like Theo.
Yeah, so just be good.
Okay, well,
Or not.
I'm the last line of healing between you guys. Literally, all of you fell apart at the very end of last time, so I would rather just not interact with them at all.
I think if we can avoid it, yeah, but no hesitation if they come to us looking for a fight.
Yeah.
Okay. Good. You guys have traveled cautiously, but not hesitantly. With confidence along the way. The adventures that you've had have bolstered your skills, your abilities, definitely become more practiced at each of them as best you can. Terrence, your die remains locked on Theo, keeping his more bestial fallen urges at bay. Allison, how are your debts?
I am good with everyone except for Apollonius.
Okay.
I'm still fairly in debt to him, despite the fact that he has a new name.
So on this journey over the past week, is that something you would have tried to prioritize?
Yeah, I think she would have tried to spread it around, especially making more connections, not leaning on one person too heavily.
Okay. I guess the question is, would you have asked the team to go out of their way to clear your debt with Apollonius? Or, secondary, would you ask the team to go out of their way to build credit with any of the other deities?
I would have tried to clear with Apollonius. Because he's definitely the last line of defense. I don't want to run out with him.
Yeah, absolutely. Jackson, Lauren, Terrence, how do you guys feel about that?
I think we need to go into what's coming without anything holding us back. I'm going to be pretty useless in a fight if I have to make sure that we keep Theo under control. So.
Yeah, I mean, gotta be at your strongest, right? And if at your strongest is doing some stuff now to appease whoever, to appease the laughing god of light, then
Legally, you're not allowed to call him that anymore.
fair
I'm
enough, I
going to get
guess.
in trouble if you call him that. Please don't, Jackson.
But if that means sucking up a little bit ahead of time and doing some chores, then hell yeah, let's do it, right?
Seems like everybody's on board. Laura, Allison, what do you think that chore? What is your current debt?
I'm currently 3 out of 5
Okay.
to him.
Sounds good. What do you think that? What is a task you can imagine the Lord of Light asking you to do? Or it could have been multiple tasks. They don't have to be big. Slightly dangerous, not life-threatening, but, probably going to cast a scripture or two, swing a sword, What was that job? What was that task? Or tasks?
In the past, he has asked me to bring light especially down in the sewers. So I imagine there might have been like a restoration of like a former holy place of his, somewhere that needed revitalization.
Sure, absolutely. Yeah, the re-sanctifying of a temple of light. That's a great side adventure, and one that could potentially help you guys out tremendously. So what I would like each of you to do is, if you would all roll me a d6, just looking for individual successes or failures, and Allison, you can roll your d12 in addition. I see 2 successes and 1 failure.
I got 2 successes.
So, over the course of the adventure with the team, Terrence struggling and Theo doing his best to help without, he didn't score 1 either, to help without getting in the way. So those 2 are a little sidelined, but they're there. They're providing, at the very least, moral support. Those 4 successes are going to, each success is going to knock off 1 of your debt, and we're going to put you 1 in credit with Apollonius. That temple, though, reminded you of somewhere. You work in an office now, right? I'm pretty sure you work in a fairly large office, most likely a corporate headquarters up on one of the top floors. But the lobby, oddly plush and naturalistic, I think, given where you work. Almost as though they were attempting to put forth an eco-friendly face. Can you describe that lobby to me?
Yeah, so in the center of the lobby, you have like a circular receptionist's desk that is just made of glass almost, so there is no there's no hiding behind it. And throughout the lobby are just small little pods of like circular chairs and love seats with like little, like, not trees, but that half in between those like large, not whatever there are, the palm large, to create little pods around it. And then the very back are the 2 elevators that go further. But the lobby itself is very open.
Are there any fountains?
When you first come in, you've got 2 on the side that go up in like scheduled pattern. So like
Sure.
the one at the time up like a waterfall.
Yeah.
There's some pattern, but you have to spend a while to actually learn it.
Yeah, absolutely. The large circular lobby, I'm digging it. The elevators, are they the glass elevators, or are they like more, I'm gonna say, I guess corporate, sort of the normal boxed in? Or are they that weird like glass elevator? It's like, look at everything on the inside, it's so pretty.
The first like 2-3 levels are that glass, but as you get higher, it goes back to that corporate cutoff. Can't
Nice.
see what we're doing on the higher levels.
Sure. The I'm guessing the entrance, like, windows, tall windows.
Yeah, like the front of the building is a wall of windows.
So probably you said up to those three stories at least. A lot of natural light, I'm guessing.
Mm-hmm.
So when you walk into this light, into this desecrated temple to Apollonius, and you see that it is this lobby, the logos are different, right? The branding isn't the same, but those fountains are definitely the same. And the center receptionist desk is a little raised, a little more altar-like. It doesn't seem to go above that third floor. But, and you think maybe it's just coincidence. Maybe you're just imagining it. But as you guys are in there, and as you are clearing out the shadow monsters, these entities of a thick black inkiness, the kind that once it hits you feels like tar, that is at once slick and sticky, it sort of spreads and creeps. It's in the middle of that fight that the fountains begin to go off. Timed in the exact same pattern and dance as they transition from one to the other. A very familiar, very distinct fountain extravaganza. It may not have been in that exact moment because, again, oily shadow monsters. You guys have other things on your mind. But I wonder, Allison, afterwards, when it was quiet, when the deed was done, did you tell the group?
I don't think so. I think it's a distraction to think how the real world might be blending in here. And I think she remembers Terrence at the fire, who was really, worried about how much is this like real life, that she would keep this to herself, this almost concrete version of real life in this world.
Because I am observant, can I see if she was trying to hide something?
Yeah, why don't you make me a wisdom check? Do you need...
I need all of it.
Yeah, I got you.
You have 2 wisdom.
And, Allison, why don't you roll me a charisma check?
Oh, that's fine. It was just one success.
One success, but it's a special.
Okay.
Cool.
What I'll say is that, Lauren, as you're paying attention, doing the job for Apollonius seems to have, how to put it, it hasn't unsettled Allison, kind of refocused her, but she definitely is in a different place now than when she was going in. You probably, it's been a while since you've known her,
What?
since you've really spent time around her, Also, go ahead, make me another wisdom check, and roll your d8 with it. Tell me what you get.
Ooh. 5, a 6, and 7. 7 was on my 8.
The design of this place is different than any of the other places that you've been. And you've been paying very close attention. Some of these locales are ripped from movies. Some of them are ripped from video games. Some of them are ripped from maybe real life, right? Like, you guys have seen at least one overpass. Like the road, like literally, I think the road to hell, and it's just the 10, right? And so, like, yeah, it's not completely unknown that at least inspiration for Jeff, for the master, for whoever else, at least inspiration comes from the real world. The design of this place is pretty distinct. But you don't know if it's the god, you don't know if it's from the real world. You're not really sure. I don't think you've ever visited Allison at her corporate job.
Of course not.
So you know that.
The only friend she visits is Terrence.
That's true. Speaking of which, you visit Terrence every week?
Every week. Yeah, sometimes twice.
It's been 2 weeks since you've been to the movie theater.
Oh, God.
How does that make you feel?
I feel like she's been getting her fix in the game.
Yeah.
Because enough of it is tropes and setups and characters that she recognizes.
Mm-hmm.
But it's very odd doing instead of watching.
So on your way back to the woods, because you guys had fought the dragon in Jeff's mountains and ended up sort of on the other side of them. When you guys had the option of avoiding the fallen and the danger and going entirely around the mountains or cutting through them, the choice was very clear. And the journey was trope-like, for sure. And there was a moment in the dungeon crawl that you, Lauren, were separated from the rest of the group by rockfall or trap or happenstance. And in that moment, you ran into a trope of your own. What do you think it was?
You know, the first thing that came to my mind, I don't know if it's a trope, but it's a scene.
Mm-hmm.
It's Cabin in the Woods. When she gets into the elevator, goes down and enters the... Have you seen it?
I'm vaguely aware.
Oh, it's so good, so good. But she's in the glass elevator. She's going... It's really just like a cell, a holding cell.
Mm-hmm.
And she's filing past all of these monsters that are kept in there.
Mm-hmm.
And it's all monsters from different horror movies. You know, it's like...
Mm-hmm.
Not really, but
Right.
it's them.
The homages.
Yeah. But this, yeah, I feel like it's just that moment of seeing it and it's close, but she's still not interacting.
Mm-hmm. I think that's exactly how it starts out. I think you know where the exit is. It's pretty clearly marked. And on your way out, just before the last, there is a smaller tube that has sort of this odd bit of smoky interior, right? It's got the cold glass, like somebody went to the freezer aisle at the grocery store and left the door open too long, you know. And as you get close to look into it, the jump scare happens. Has to.
Yeah.
And then as the hand sort of wipes past it, you see your face. You see Lauren. Lauren, sorry. The names aren't on this screen, they're on that screen, so.
Also, if it makes you feel any better, I get Lauren and Allison confused in my head all the time. So
Cool.
I'm like, they're just two sorority names,
Yeah.
right?
Absolutely.
No.
Absolutely. Looks like you. Moves like you. Do you stick around or do you just nope through the exit?
I'm sticking around.
Okay. What do you do with it?
Is she mirroring me?
To a certain extent, yes. Yeah. You get the feeling it's not like I'm trying to freak you out. You get the feeling that she is doing the same motions because she is having similar thought processes. And it goes up until the point that she realizes, and you watch her, she realizes she is the one in the glass jar. And then she starts looking, and then you can see her trying to be like, why am I in the jar? Why am I not outside? And so she starts looking for a way out.
Is there a latch on the outside of the jar?
There is a series of buttons, arcane rune buttons.
Can I try to figure out what the password is?
Sure. As you focus on it, as you look at it, we're going to give it to you. Your vigilance abilities kick in. And like somebody that, like pulls the fingerprints off the keypad, realizing which ones are touched more frequently, you pick out 4 that you may not know the sequence, but you go through it a couple of times. And as you hit them, a rush of smoke pours up from the bottom. The glass fills on the inside, and you hear something decompress. But when the smoke clears, they're not in there.
I put my hand in the jar or in the tube, whatever.
You can touch the outside. It looks like the back of it opened. The front of it didn't.
Oh, is the back still open?
It has reshut.
Fuck. And I can't see where the back of the jar opened to?
You're not sure, but the exit is nearby, and it's on the same wall.
Okay, I'm gonna start going towards the exit. Marco!
No response.
Marco!
No response in this room. Although some of the monsters seem to be slightly agitated.
Yeah, I know. Okay. Fuck. Okay, she's now stops for a minute, goes over the plot to us in her head really quickly,
Mm-hmm.
tries to figure out just how fucked she is. decides on a lot to vary and heads for the exit.
As you go through the exit door, you enter a very dark room, and about 4 steps in, you thump into a clear sheet of glass. And as you turn, you see the reflections of a hall of mirrors. Then you see one of the reflections move.
Okay. Very quietly to herself. Okay. Everybody gets fucked in these because they chase after the doppelganger. Just find the exit. You just gotta find the exit. Okay. She's gonna try to figure out how to get out of the Hall of Mirrors.
Yeah. I would like you to roll your, let's see, wisdom, intelligence, or charisma. They're not charisma, they're all the same. So wisdom, intelligence, and your D8.
So that's 2 in the D8?
2 D6s and a D8, yes.
Oh no. 2 3s and a 7.
Okay, so you didn't critical fail. That's good. As you're going, you hit one of a glass mirror. Not a mirror, just the glass, right? Because there are mirrors, and then there are just glass panes.
Panels.
Yeah, and that's the biggest pain in the ass. And as you hit it, you hear it's Jeff's voice, but it's also your voice. They're sort of modulated together. And almost like the CSI theme song, it starts to ask, "Who are you? Who
Lauren.
are you?"
I'm Lauren. She's trying to go back to figuring out where to go.
You look, and the doppelganger looks like they're a little further ahead of you.
Just focus. Just focus. You got this.
You're gonna tick up at least to level, well, let's say 2
Okay.
on your die.
Okay.
And as you're going, the song continues, but it changes just a little bit. Who's that? Who's that? Who's Lord? Who's Lord?
No.
Lauren.
Oh, really? We're doing this, Jeff? I don't know. I just need to get out of here, please. Please don't do this to me.
I'd like you to make another wisdom check with your D8.
Oh, are you shitting me? Okay, a 4 and a 6 on the 6, and then an 8 on my 8.
Okay. You start navigating this very well. Your focus kicks in. You begin to see the flecks of dust, the smudges of handprints, the outlines of where and what has been through here before. You start calculating the angles of the mirrors. And while your doppelganger seems to be ahead of you, it's a maze. And sometimes the shortest, directest path is not the right one. And so with confidence, you sort of wheel about and zig when your doppelganger had zagged. And as you're going, they notice. And so they start to backtrack. And at this point, it becomes something of a race. And you guys begin to run. Now you have the lead. And you round the final corner. And you know, you can feel the wind from the other side. You know that this is the end of the maze. But at the end of the maze, like a dress shop, there are those 3 mirrors. Who are you?
I'm Lauren.
Who's Lauren?
Me?
What do you look at? Where are your eyes?
She's going back and forth from the 3 to see if something's changing or if she can tell which panel the wind is coming from, like if there's a shutter in any of them.
Doesn't seem to be a shutter. The images are all slightly different. And as you look over them and you hear the heavy footfalls of your doppelganger behind you. You hear Jeff's voice. You spent all that time looking at everything else. Why didn't you ever take a moment to look at yourself?
Shut up, Jeff. You don't know me. None of you ever knew me. I watched because that's all you ever let me do. And she'll turn around and scream at her doppelganger wherever she is. And you? This is ridiculous. I am not racing myself. I mean, I know in the grand scheme of things, that's technically all we ever do. And turn back around to the 3 mirrors. Yeah, I get the heavy-handed symbolism here, by the way, of freeing my own trapped self and then chasing myself through mirrors. Ooh, Jeff, your storytelling is so nuanced.
So if you were telling the story, how would you end it?
It's just us in here, right?
It's whoever you want.
Then maybe just let me stay here instead. Let me take Theo's spot. All I ever do is watch. Let me do something. And let it be a good thing for once. Everybody else has families and jobs that are important, and no one will miss me. And that's not all poor Lauren. Do you know that I think Terrence is my best friend? And I don't even think he's looked at me once this entire time or like recognized that I'm even here.
If that's what you want to do, you're gonna have to get out of here. You can't do that from here. You have to be with Theo to do that.
So let me out of here.
How do you want to get out?
She'll walk up to right mirror and please let it be a secret door. Please let it be a secret door. Please let it be a secret door. Push on it.
It is a secret
Yay.
door.
and then Iron Man her way through it.
3 steps later, you're back behind the group as they are running through the tunnel. Jackson, you looked back about the moment that Lauren gave a little whoop, falling. And you look back and you paused for a moment as other people were running. But you were at the front. You were very fast.
Yeah.
And then you look at them and you look back, and then there's Lauren running.
How long was she not there?
About this long. Yep. Huh?
Oh.
Oh.
Okay.
There's Lauren.
Okay,
so,
gotcha.
So about that long.
Yeah.
In a very literal sense.
Got it. He will look at her, and and kind of cock an eyebrow, and then point at her and go, "You good?" Okay. And then continue running. And logging that for a later conversation while we're not actively running through through here, trying to stay alive.
Terran's up ahead as you are running. You begin to hear the whirling of cranks and gears, blades, traps. Good old-fashioned D&D traps. You recognize the sound because the last time you heard them, well, shortly after Theo died. Theo recognizes them, and he starts having a bit of a time. Jackson, you now hear them as well.
No, I was saying I can do those.
You can do those. Okay.
I can fix those.
Somebody other than me should be in front right now. Not too good at the traps.
Terran says very quietly.
Traps.
Yeah.
I got this. And he will go up and so like he's just wearing like this like an open vest of sorts.
Yeah.
And he reaches in and pulls out thieves tools.
Of course.
And has some and quickly gets to work.
Well, you can't get to work
trying
right
to
here.
disable.
You have to get to work a little further in.
Perfect.
So I'd like you to make me a dexterity check.
You got it, dude. Oh wait, hold on. I was looking at the wrong sheet. I have an extra die on that.
Yes. You
I
should.
get 4, not 3. Megan only has 3.
Arr.
That is 4 successes.
That is
2 6s and 5 and a 4.
You take on, yeah. You watch the blade sort of spin for a moment. The large columns with the spikes out that do the right. Very Mario video game style. And just when everything is perfectly in your way, you take off sprinting down this corridor on the balls of your feet, and just as you're almost to the safe spot, you know where you need to get to, but one of the saw blades sort of squeezes up a little early, and so you go to jump over it. Tuck a little bit, and as your feet come down and you hit the floor, you hear a very familiar telltale sound of wood and heavy metal springs compressing. I would like you to make another acrobatics check.
Okay. So hear me out. Actively running through traps in
Sure.
order to disable them
Yeah.
is, how do you say, stupid or foolish, really.
It can be. That wasn't your initial plan, but now it
It was
seems like
not.
it is your plan. So I'll let you do it. Yeah, go for it.
Okay, cool. Why
Go for
not?
it. Why not?
Okay. Whew. Okay. So I did not. Well, I have many less successes, but 2 of them are 6s, so I get to explode those
Okay.
because I have my fool's die. This is not going to be good, guys. So I got 2 successes.
Mhm.
That's fine. But I also rolled a 3 on my fool's die, which is an X.
That's a fluke for you. That's a
That's a
that's
fluke.
a bad
So
one
that's
for
a
you.
that's a the bad one. The bad one. The
Yeah,
bad fluke.
The bad one. Okay. You, with practiced aplomb, push off, and this springboard, this very literal springboard, launches you into the air, and there is a high, flat bar that you grab a hold of, and instinctively you sweep underneath. Your legs spread to a Y and then down to a point to build momentum. When was the last time Jackson was on the high bar? Like, not.
Oh, it's been like not just like kind of showing somebody what to do.
Yeah.
It's probably been like 3 years.
Yeah.
3 or 4 years. Because he's so busy teaching.
Absolutely.
So,
yeah.
Been a
And
minute.
the last time you did it, your shoulders didn't feel super great.
Nope.
So you're there. You take the spin, come around, you take the next one, and you realize that there are more blades up here. There's more razor wire. And so you go to release.
Mm-hmm.
But you panic just a little bit. And when you do, you sort of hold on to that high bar a little longer than you should. And you realize it's actually not just a high bar, it's a salmon ladder. Like it comes off. And you're like, "Oh, I should not be taking this with me." So you let it go. It drops, hitting the saw blades, and a spray of shrapnel comes flying back at your friends. I would like all of you to lose 1 guard. But you, Jackson, very easily catch onto a pommel horse.
Oh, okay.
It's up on a ledge. It's got the 2 bars. It's not really a pommel horse, but you know what this is. I'd like you to make an intelligence check.
Okay. Surprisingly, not Jackson's strong suit. Although that's the 1 success.
That's all you
A
need.
6 and a 1.
When was the last time Jackson competed? College, right?
Back in college. So we graduated high school 15 years ago, we said.
Mm-hmm.
So it would have been 12
Decade.
years ago.
11, 12 years ago.
Yeah.
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 It's odd how things that were so long ago, even though just because you did them so many times, just live inside you. And you start to realize that the timing of everything on here, everything through this corridor, actually just lines up with any number of routines that you did for each of these events.
Mm-hmm.
You can make your way to the other side. But Jackson, when was the last time anything you did, especially on a high bar, on the rings, on the pommel horse, parallel bars? When was the last time anything you did on any of those fronts mattered?
It's been quite a while.
Did they ever?
To him they did. In the grand scheme of things, no. But to him they did.
To him they did. Yeah.
Yeah, they were an identity for a bit.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Especially in like towards the end of high school and also college. Like they were a big part of who he was, but like that doesn't mean a whole lot once you're out of high school and college necessarily. So it's been a minute.
So I would like you to make a wisdom check
Okay.
as Jackson steels themselves to complete this run.
1 success.
I am going to give you 1 advantage, so
Okay.
1 additional die.
Okay.
Okay? Now, you've completed the vault, the high bar.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to give you 3 events. You're looking for 6 successes. 2 successes per event.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay. Absolutely.
You can use your fool die.
Oh.
Because this is about the dumbest thing I've ever thought of. So
I mean, a little bit, but I'm here for it.
yeah, let's do it.
Okay, so I got 2 successes. I rolled 6 dice. Got
Uh-huh.
2 goddamn successes and not a single 6. I did not get a fluke though. So
Okay.
I will add a circle.
Okay.
2 successes on the first one.
Okay.
On the second event. Hey, I got 1 success, but it was a 6, so that explodes. Please God, let this be another success. Ah ha ha. Okay, I rolled a 5.
Okay.
I did not get a fluke, so I will add another circle.
Okay.
So 2 successes on the first, 2 successes on the second.
So as he's rolling, just Allison, Terrence, Lauren, you watch Jackson take off, take a run, grab a bar, almost fall to his death, spray you all with metal shrapnel, and now he's up on a concrete platform with handles, just rocking side to side, legs kicking everywhere. At some point, he literally just stops and does a handstand, kind of puts one arm out. What are you guys thinking as you're watching this?
I really hope when he said he was going to solve the traps, it wasn't finding a safe path. And I really hope he doesn't expect us to follow him. That's insane.
I'm going to shout up at him, quoting from The Bronze. It doesn't matter if you get gold. It's men's gymnastics. No one gives a shit.
Oh, rude.
Allison's just thinking, Jackson's a dumbass, and I don't know how to fix it. I don't know if I'm going to be able to fix this. But this boy's just, gosh.
Jackson, you've rolled your last event. You don't have to
have.
tell us what you got. But take this opportunity as you now have a cheering section or a deriding section. You're not quite sure how to feel about it. I'll give you another wisdom check if you can block them out of your that feeling of right. If you can block them out, I'll give you some more advantage on this.
All right. Okay.
If you figure that out, tell the rest of us how you do it.
That's a 5 and a 2, so 1 success.
So yeah, go ahead and roll one more advantage on your last check.
Oh yeah. Okay. And it's less that he blocks them out, but he thinks back.
Yeah.
To when they were all younger, and because he has mellowed out over the years in real life. In real life, not here. But in real life, and he thinks back to whenever they would gently rib him, or what he thought was gentle ribbing, and they were just being bullies. And he revels in Lauren's in her ribbing, and thinks of it as if whenever he was punning, and more like, aha, she says it doesn't matter. But it does. That's why she's saying something. And I got 7 successes.
As you come swinging down, you take a ring tied to a very long rope, and as you go, you just sort of, without looking, whip it back behind you, and in a what is it? Goldbergian? No. Really complicated machines.
Rube Goldberg? That one.
That, yes.
Rube Goldberg?
Yes, there it is. So it was a Goldberg. I was like, that's a wrestler. I don't know why I'm saying that. So the Rube Goldberg machine-like chain reaction of you tossing this ring behind you and it jamming a gear, which launches a blade, which cuts off a spinning with spike thingy, which shoots up into the ceiling, and rocks come down like it, and it's the mousetrap of D&D moments, right? Like you sit there, everybody watches, everybody waits. At the very end, there's one like hubcap like gear that has circled on the end, and it just comes rolling towards the rest of the party. And it gets there, and it does the comes to a stop.
I told you I had it. It's fixed.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, you can go first, Terrence.
Come on, Theo.
And just very, very gingerly, like, yeah, it looks stopped, but I don't know how it ended.
Turns
so
out
maybe
it is. Yeah, Allison, you wait till the end, but yeah, it turns out very stopped. The whole thing. Super stopped.
Yeah, not
Super stopped, barely an inconvenience.
not what I expected when you said you had that. So
Me neither. But here we are.
okay, well, good job.
That was the first trap that I've ever been near that has been just a gymnastics routine run. It was different.
Yeah. Well, glad you were here. I don't know that any of us would have been able to do quite that. So, unless
Well, me neither.
Lauren, Allison, either of you hiding secret gymnastic skills? No.
Oh well.
Yeah.
That would have been a fun secret to learn about both of you. But oh well.
Yeah, well, can't take that from you.
You make your
Want to go find any other traps?
I'm gonna let you keep checking for them. How's that?
Okay. Okay.
Last time I found traps, not at Theo.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Forgot
So-
about that. Good to know. All right. Fair enough.
Theo, for his part, as the days have stretched on, has been docile, but pensive. You guys make your way out of the tunnel that leads through the mountains. That was probably yesterday. And today you guys have spent tracking the giant chicken prints through the woods. Footprints. Not crown prints.
Yeah.
Footprints.
I was thinking royal chicken.
Yeah.
Fabergé eggs.
Me
and
too.
Stuff.
Ah, sorry. Theo may just have to be on the back burner. We're looking for royal chicken. And this is now the most important thing that's ever happened.
That sounds about right.
When you say giant chicken feet, are we? Am I correct in assuming Baba Yaga?
Oh.
Might be.
Really hoping for giant chicken.
Ooh. Does anyone have a mirror?
No.
No.
What do you
Oh,
need
shit.
it for?
Do I have to look in it? Do I have a mirror?
Actually, hold on. Actually, hold on. I might. And he goes rummaging in his vest. And Cody, I'm gonna go ahead and use my Fool's Prep
Yeah.
to add an X to the final slot on my Fool's die.
Okay.
So now my Fool's die is completely used up. Next time I use it, something happens. And he pulls out a like not like a little compact mirror, but like a whole ass handled mirror
Yeah.
Heard.
out of
Yeah,
his out of
perfect.
the inside of his vest.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I forgot that I had this, and hands it to Lauren.
Can I? Thanks. Can I look at that for a second? Can I just? Do you mind? And she's gonna like
Yeah. Take it.
lift his vest up and like check
Oh, that.
like his rib cage and stuff, and like check for pockets and whatever the fuck this.
There is on the inside. There's like a tiny.
Yeah,
pocket.
but you think you'd get like maybe 3 fingers in there.
Yeah.
Bigger on the inside, right?
You know, sometimes you just got to be ready for anything.
So, Cody, you know what I'm doing. I'm going to mess this up because it's been a very long time since I've seen it. So I do apologize.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
losing my status. But she's looking in the mirror and she's going to Lost Girl, Baba Yaga, give me my wish.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
So she does. This is a mirror.
Yes. So you say that.
Mm-hmm.
What is your wish?
Ah, do I see her in the mirror?
No. Cloudy mirror.
Cloudy mirror. Hey, guys, I got her on the line. Do we want to like talk to her?
I think we already have. At least
No, I
once.
know. Yeah, I know we have. Like, so do you, but, like, what do we? Okay, do we? I have questions.
All right. Ask them.
Do you have the Neo?
I do.
I have to flip this. I'm cutting my hands. With you?
I could.
Ask her if we can have him.
Hold on, just 1 second. Sorry.
Ask her if we can have him.
Can we have him?
Depends.
This is the closest to Hamlet I'm ever gonna get. My God.
Where are you?
Don't just answer that.
No.
Well, what am I supposed to say? I don't know where we are with the woods. Do you guys? Is there anything around that looks like? Okay.
Tell her. I mean, you can tell her that we're following chicken tracks.
Tell her we're hunting.
Yeah,
That sounds cool.
yeah.
We're hunting chicken.
No, that wasn't cool.
No, I did what you both said, and I combined it.
Ah,
Oh, she's not wrong.
I do love me a good chicken hunt. Tell me, if I give you the Neo, what will I get?
Chicken?
The chicken's hers. She already has it.
I mean, so what do
Yeah,
we?
but that doesn't mean we can't still give it to her.
Her own house?
Yeah. Yeah, wheel and deal, baby.
Ask her what she wants. That's what I normally
She
do.
wants.
I mean, I think
Oh, yeah, she wanted you to help her son.
and then he didn't. So I'm pretty. So
It was still the right
Um,
choice.
Yes, it was.
Yeah, but we know what she
Um,
wants.
I will give you a trade.
That's usually how business is done.
Good. Then we have an accord.
What will you trade? We haven't agreed upon the price.
Oh, fuck. I'll. She's gonna take a step away from the group, and
Nope. What are you doing? What? Nope. Come back here.
if you give us the Neo, you can take me.
I don't want you.
Give
You
her some
what?
hair.
I don't want you.
Oh, okay, thanks. You can add your name to the fucking list.
Give her
That's-
hair.
That's the deal.
Nope. No
I
deal.
just don't like hair.
You don't know.
All right, what do you want?
I want a
said give her hair.
picture.
You want what?
I want a picture.
A picture.
Yes.
What do you want a picture of?
I want each of you to draw me a picture when I ask you to. And I promise to do it within 24 hours of trading the Neo. You get the Neo. I give you some paper, maybe some crayons, watercolors, whatever your chosen medium is. And when I ask you to, you draw me a picture.
Does that seem fair to you guys? Like some refrigerator art for a Neo?
Is she gonna ask what the picture is supposed to be? Is she gonna tell us what she wants the picture to be
gonna
of?
She's gonna tell us what she wants the pictures to be.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, it's all right.
Oh.
I understand. It's group decision. Go ahead.
I'm going under an overpass. What is? I would kind of. Okay.
That sounds good to me.
It's harmless enough.
I mean, there is still the option that we just go there and take him ourselves. Like, we don't actually need to make a deal with her, technically. Like, we could
Yes.
follow the chicken tracks.
Wait, I'm sorry. Are you the person who's telling us that we don't have to make deals?
I'm the person who makes the most deals.
I know.
So I know
that's
when
why
I
I'm
should
like,
and shouldn't.
Do you?
I mean, probably, possibly. I'm just saying, like, we have the possibility to walk away.
We do, but I don't think that's a terribly high price. A
It
picture.
seems like the best way to avoid a fight, and avoiding
I
fights.
mean,
the
We're
have the
aware that
best
this is
chance.
gonna end badly. Like she's gonna ask us to draw a picture of like our death and it'll come true or some shit like that. Like you understand how this trope works, right?
I mean, yeah, but then we just beat her up.
Okay.
Okay, then we agreed to draw pictures. That's fine. We can choose to walk away or we can choose to do it. Just wanted to remind everyone we had the opportunity to not.
Yeah.
Do it.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay.
good.
You have a deal, ma'am.
Wonderful. Then, I shall come to you, following my chicken tracks. I would like, while I am on my way, I would like each of you to think about what your chosen medium is, so that I can have those prepared for you.
What do you guys want to like draw your pictures with?
Well, I'll ask when I get there.
Oh, okay.
Just think about it.
About how long do you think you're going to be?
Hour, maybe 2.
Okay, okay.
Just stay on the chicken tracks. I'll find you eventually.
Yeah, gotcha. Thank you.
Thank you.
I
Mirror
don't really know
turns
how
back into a mirror.
Yeah, that's cool. Okay. I don't know how to-
Okay.
Is there anything you guys would like to do in preparation for the arrival of the walking chicken hut?
I'm gonna do some stretches and get ready to fight.
I have an idea that I think is a little foolish, just in case.
I like it already.
The Battle of Endor with the 2 logs.
Oh,
Oh, I thought you meant with like the chicken walker.
Yeah, with the 2 logs that come
The
in on both
smash.
sides and crush it.
the head smash.
Yeah.
I mean,
Do we want to set up a backup plan? Like,
yeah.
this feels like a trap, and I feel like it could feel like our trap.
Yeah, let's do it. Why not?
Yeah.
Alright.
Do you have a rope in your pocket?
I'm all out of pockets, but do I have any rope? No, just let me go do something foolish, and then, and then I can have more shit in my pockets. He does not say because that's very meta, but
And
he has a lot of useful items.
Well, if only one of us could make deals with nigh omnipotent deities.
I was about to ask Gwyn. So Terrence, I think you're gonna need to help me. But I can ask the god of the wild to see if he can help make some. What is it? Trees? Slamming trees? Log
Yeah.
trees?
Yeah, like 2 logs suspended up in the air. We
Okay.
pull a rope. They crash together.
Well, the
smash
rope can
whenever
be a
between-
vine.
Yeah,
All right, and
doesn't
I'll
have to be.
I'll touch the D12
Mm-hmm.
and call for Gwyn Obnud.
Right. At your service, my most wonderful gold binder. What might I do for you?
All right, so fun fact, we are currently dealing with Baba Yaga, but
Ah,
looking to set up.
right. I know this witched lady.
Do you know what she could do with pictures we draw?
Hey, with pictures you draw. Depends on the medium. If they're drenched in your blood or tied to you in some way, they could be used to scry or perhaps cast spell upon you from afar. So as long as you don't include your personal life or distinctiveness, then should be all right. Baba Yaga doesn't usually trade in pictures. She's more of the child stealer, as it were. And she's always, how shall I put it, eager to claim that a bit of wild miracle is really her doing. So, tell me what you need, Godbinder. And for this one, know that Queen Obnob is eager to serve.
I would like to create a trap of some sort.
I do enjoy me some traps.
We're thinking the kind of like pull a rope logs fall. We want to hurt her home, hurt the house.
All right. I'm on board with this. Absolutely. I shall present some options. I'm willing to do this for you. No charge.
I'd prefer if you charged me.
Well, then let's say I want two things. One, you get the opportunity to slap the taste out of her mouth. You do it for me. One.
You're my favorite.
And two, make me some sort of flower crown at some point. That'd be nice.
All right, that we can do.
Perfect. An accord.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, he hates Baba Yaga. He's fine.
Same.
Yeah, he'll straight up be like, yeah, whatever you want. That's fine. We'll do it. We're cool. The trap is prepared. As she begins to arrive, it is set about midway between you guys. Would only be triggered by the hut or your command. So it's not going to accidentally go off. But she stops the hut before it does, so that you don't accidentally kill the Neo, anything like that, right? So when you want to trap her, you just have to taunt her into following you. No big deal. She steps out of the hut. It sort of crouches low in like a chicken squatting coop style. She gets out of her front door. All right. What are your mediums?
I'll be doing collage. Thank you.
Collage.
Any like out of date glamours or People magazines you have, I'll take them.
Not from this sphere, unfortunately, so I don't really know what those are. But
Do you have just some like picture books you don't use anymore?
oh, yes, I have some children's picture books. Of course I do.
It's gonna get real creepy real fast, y'all.
It's already really creepy.
What about you?
Just to cover, Allison passed on what she learned about the pictures.
Yeah,
that can be
I
done,
gave
right?
us
Okay.
all where everything is.
It's like,
Pictures.
I'm not telling y'all shit. I'm getting out of this one. Goodbye.
Thinking about that. Like pastel watercolors.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I have a hot neon pink and green. Would you like those with them too?
Perfect. Yeah, absolutely.
I'm excited for this. She gets them. And she's like loading up a little, we'll call it a baby chicken cart that's going to carry stuff over to you.
What is happening right now?
What about you? You there, naked boy.
I was gonna say oils, but those take a long time, and I'm not actually artistic. Colored pencils, it is.
Colored pencils. My favorite. Come on, come on. She gets them. And what about you,
And-
pretty one?
Yes, you have the Neo in there. Do you perhaps have a tablet?
A tablet. Oh, that's...
Little stylus?
Unfortunately, that's not exactly a old crone's sort of way. I'm no Neo, and I don't understand this fair field they talk about. So I'm sorry. Do you have a second choice?
That was my preferred medium.
I
You
know.
said we got to pick.
I did. I did say that. If you have a tablet, I will accept it in medium form. I just don't have one to provide. Do you have a god of tablets that you speak with?
No, I'll do the colored pencils as well.
Colored pencils as well. You all are very colorful, and I am very excited. I was expecting more charcoals, but this is going to be good. All right, here we are. Now, scurry over there. The
Oh
little.
wait, ma'am,
Yes.
you forgot.
Who?
Where's the Neo?
I'm about to get him. I want you to have your supplies. Then the
Okay.
chicken will come back. I will bring out the Neo. I will send him over.
Mm-hmm.
Accord will be good. Yes. Right. That's the deal.
How about no offense, ma'am. Can we just see him now?
Yes. Absolutely. Come on. Walking out. You can't see their face. They are hooded, but they are very much dressed like a Neo. They have a sort of glowing Mass Effect like Omni Blade that's red, and on their arm it looks inert. Most likely they haven't activated it with the fair gold if they have been trapped for a while. You can see on their hip is a pistol. It's a laser rifle. Theo had one. It is very much the same. They have this sort of techno-organic kind of skin suit that has like the nodes where they may plug in to the Matrix, right? It's a lot of tropes, but looks like a Neo. And Theo seems to have a recognition of another Neo. So, I think that's the real deal. So,
Cool.
I'll send them both over. I'm going to send my chicken ahead a little bit first, if that's all right.
Yeah.
All right?
Yeah.
All right. There you go, Sonny. And she pokes him with the stick. Yes, naked boy.
Matthew wants to know, how tall is this Neo? Like, is he like adult size, or is he like
Adult-sized. Adult-sized. Yeah, adult-sized, maybe
That's
young
all I care
adult. Maybe young adult.
Although-
Yeah.
Not child.
Matthew?
Not
I don't give a
child-sized.
fuck about that.
No.
Matthew?
No, not
Matthew?
child-sized.
Mhm.
Let's be fair. Both you and I were adult size when we were 12.
I was not. I
Well,
was
I
not.
was. I've been
But
this tall
also
since I
fair.
was 12 years old. So
But also
let's.
fair. So let's pump the brake on adult size.
Hey, can you pop your hood back? You got braces and acne?
So, the chicken comes rushing over.
I love this.
The
Bobby
Neo-
Yaga is my aesthetic.
The Neo is walking slowly.
Can I, because I am at level 2,
Probably would have reset, but what do you want to do?
I want to check his feet and see if he has click-onable hover blades like Channing Tatum in
Very fun.
the best movie ever.
Jupiter Ascending.
Yes.
Yes.
He may. It doesn't look like it, but more than anything, it looks like none of his abilities are activated because they haven't been paid for.
Kosher. Okay.
Mm.
I could do that. Okay. Why haven't they been paid for?
You have to kill Fallen every day, take the fair gold, and pay for the abilities.
Okay.
That's how the Neo works. That they.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why you guys
how
kept.
this is wrong.
That's why you guys kept fighting Fallen when Theo was around, because he every day needed the gold to run any of his abilities. All right, there you go. And the chicken comes over to each of you very quickly, right? And sort of There's it's just chicken legs with like a nest, and in the nest is all of the supplies. You guys take them. You look at them very carefully. They don't seem to be spiked or trapped or sharp, like you're not going to grab them and cut yourself. They seem safe. Even to Lauren's vigilant eye. Kind of flip through it. The picture books she gives you are clearly like children's nursery rhymes, like Red Fish, Blue Fish, but just the most grim fairy tale version of them, right?
Yes.
Red fish, blue fish, dead fish, new
Fish, dead fish, you fish.
Yeah, right. Like it's that. And then the chicken goes scurrying back. When it does, the Neo sort of jumps, and you hear its mouth is gagged. You hear it sort of, no, keep going. We had a deal. Well, I and they did. You didn't have a deal. You just got screwed. Well, that's all right. Come on, keep going. And the Neo makes it past the threshold of the trap to you guys. What do you want to do?
Can I go up to the Neo?
Mm-hmm.
And are his hands unbound?
Hands are bound.
Front or back?
Front.
Okay.
They're bound front. They're bound.
Oh,
They're bound
I wanna
front
do.
and at the elbows because he does still have the pistol on his hip. So he's been bound tight enough that he can't grab it and try to escape.
she's gonna get within sword's reach of him.
Mm-hmm.
Pull. Oh my god, my throat. Pull her foil out. Hold it out to his face
Okay.
and say, "Let's put a smile on that face." And Zora whip the blade to cut the gag off.
Okay. Yeah. Make a dex check.
2,
3.
3, 'cause I am
yes,
Dexy.
Sorry,
Yes.
yes.
Yeah.
3.
Make a dex check.
Trying to clip my wings, Matthew.
What can I say?
I'm doing that myself. 2 and a 3 and a 6. Oh my. Oh shit, did I just Van Gogh him? I cut his ear off. Sorry.
Yeah. If you critical failed, you were gonna hurt him. You don't. You don't. You cut the hood that is over his head. You don't get close enough to cut the gag, but the light starts to pour, and you see him start to shake, and he dips forward and flips his head back so that the hood pops off of it, right? And standing there looking at you is a young man. Maybe 17 or 18. Maybe 19, maybe 20. He looks a little young, but he's late teens, early 20s. A little bit of a baby face. I would like Lauren to roll me a wisdom check.
2.
Yes. And you can throw your D8 onto it.
Ooh, let's get spicy. Oh, are you joking? Oh my god.
What'd you get?
3 are ones.
They're all ones. Okay.
All ones.
You have no idea who this is. You're,
Oh shit.
you're actually pretty
I'm
sure it's a
sorry.
girl. You think it's just a very butch-looking woman. But
Is this a cardboard cutout?
yeah, stop it. No. As Lauren is booping the snoot, trying to figure out if it is real or not. Terrence, you how old's your son?
Let's see. Right out of high school. It's 15 years ago. He's probably 13.
I'd say he's closer to 18 or 20 at this point.
Oh no.
He looks at the group, and then he sees Terrence. Huh?
Terrence rushes forward like,
I would like one of you to draw a picture of this moment. Any one of you. You go ahead. You pick. And that is where we are going to take our break.
Terrence, you didn't tell me you had a daughter?
A cardboard cutout of a
I
woman?
have a daughter. She's beautiful. She has your entire bone structure. Man, high school must have been easy for her.
All right, my friends, we are going to be right back. Thank you guys for hanging out. We'll come back and complete die in 10 minutes. So until then, stay tuned. Welcome back, everybody. We are Random Encounter Productions. I'm Cody Stone. With me tonight, we have...
I'm Andrew Day. I'm playing Resident Sad Boy, the grief dictator, Terrence.
Hi, I'm Megan, and I'm playing Lauren, the observant knight.
Hi, I'm Nick. I'm playing Allison. She's a Godbinder.
And I'm Matthew, and I'm playing Jackson the Fool.
And I am, among other people, portraying Jeff the Master. When last we left our friends, they had struck a deal with Baba Yaga that they had previously killed her son in a deal gone wrong. And so, when they needed a new player, another Neo, for them to sacrifice to recover their friend, to return him from the state of fallen to that of a living character, they went in search of this other Neo, did a deal for some artwork, and as they searched for the trap, for the twist, for the knife in the ribs, it is revealed as Terrence's son, older, bound, and a player here in the world of Die. Terrence, what is your son's name?
Aaron.
And when last you saw them, they were 13. What was the last thing you guys talked about? Saturday night, you had a scheduled Zoom call with some old friends. He's 13. Did he stay at a friend's house? Was he upstairs?
Yeah, he was going to the movies with some friends. He was going to catch whatever the latest Marvel flick is.
Yeah.
And
at that point, was it, I think, Shang-Chi or maybe James Bond was coming out?
Yeah.
But,
Shang-Chi.
Shang-Chi.
And that's, I think, the last thing I said is just I'd pick him up from the movie.
That was for you 2 weeks ago. In the 2 weeks you've been here, how many times have you thought about picking up your son?
I think picking him up specifically, not too often. It's been about getting back to him, but I think the specific, like, I have to go pick up my son, hasn't really
Sure.
crossed the line.
Sure. As you see his face, you recognize it. You recognize it the way only a parent can. He's changed. I mean, had to. Seems like he's mostly through puberty now. a little taller. Shaving, or should be. Probably has that really creepy, thin, like 5-hair mustache. You don't know how long he's been here. What's the first thing you think as you go running forward? You know it's him. He looks different.
I think what's going on through Terrence's head is, how did Jeff get you here too?
Yeah.
It's anger.
Sure.
Like, it's not relief to see his son. It's not. It's a lot of shock, a lot of surprise, but I think mostly just cold rage.
Yeah.
This is happening. I run over and I pull the gag down from his mouth. How did he get here?
Where have you been? You've been
It's
here?
been 2 weeks. But you're...
I haven't seen you in 7 years.
That Zoom meeting with my friends, we got...
I sat in
into
front
this.
of that theater until it closed. The manager called your cell, called your home. They were looking for you. Was it... is his name John? Your assistant manager?
Yeah, that's...
They called the cops. They took me home. No one was there. There was no note. Your car was in the driveway. Everything was where you left it. You were just gone.
We got pulled into this. Jeff made some kind of game, and we've been trapped. I've been trying everything to get back to you.
Who?
How long have you been here for? How did you get here? What?
I don't know. It's been... I don't know, maybe 6 months, maybe?
You need to get behind us. We'll talk more when this is dealt with. Terrence kind of takes a step and kind of pushes Aaron behind him towards
Make a
the
strength
group.
check.
Oh shit! This is 2 6s. That is 2 successes.
All right. Dad's strong. Yeah, you out push him. It's harder than you think. Like you go to push him and he doesn't move, and then you're like, fuck back there, kid. So he sort of stumbles, takes a step behind you, wheels about.
And as I kind of push him back, I whisper, Theo has Faragold.
He nods. But as he goes, he sort of turns and he shows you Terrence, but he also shows you Lauren. Okay, I'm still.
So sorry. I'm so sorry. Here, let me. She starts
Yeah.
doing his hands, but she puts herself between Theo and him.
Okay.
And is kind of keeping an ear out for Theo on if he's gonna like lose his shit and rush.
Theo is still under the effects of the emotion control.
Yeah.
He
I'm waiting
is.
for Terrence to lose control and just
That's fine. Yes. Can't hear you.
As a note, just to appease Baba Yaga, or at least act like I am, I'm gonna have pulled out my colored pencils and begun stick figuring, just so that we our idea to go kill Baba Yaga is not evident yet.
That's fine.
But stick figures.
Can I? Sorry.
No, please go ahead.
The time freezes when I talk to a god, right?
Yeah, that's kind of just a narrative thing. It depends. Like, we'll say it slows down.
I want to call on Grim,
Okay.
the god of the underworld, and I've got a very important question.
Let me rephrase. It can slow down. It does not.
Okay.
It does not have to. But what is your? Hello, Godbinder. And why have you called upon me?
I'd like information. We know that killing Fallen, or not killing Fallen, Fallen killing a player brings them back to life. Is there any other way to bring a Fallen, to bring Theo back to life?
The players of this world exist in a outside state. Die requires you. It runs off of you, and yet it is its own. It is a law of equivalent exchange. Something as unique as a player is required to replace a player. The only other thing that might satisfy that requirement would be perhaps the powers that be, or a Grandmaster, if one existed, or the Fair, if you could find them, if you could kill them. Is that your intention, Godbinder?
To kill either and he said the powers that be?
Yeah.
So those are gods.
No, Godbinder, you're the... If they were gods, you would just name them. Do a deal with them. Just like you do with us. No, the powers that be are the rules. The collected rules. The agreed upon niceties. The understanding. The contract between player and world. If anybody can understand and appreciate a contract, I think it would be you.
We don't know anything about Die. We keep following tropes and waiting for Jeff to say something.
You know more about Die than you give yourselves credit for. We'll talk again soon. I hate to slow down the violence.
Thank you. She'll put the 12 back in the staff.
Grim vanishes. You guys watch as Allison pulls a That's So Raven for a moment, and then comes back.
Any good news?
The powers that be, the Grand Masters, and the Fae.
Singular.
The Fair, not the Fair.
Singular.
The Grand Master. Those are what we can trade in place of players.
Maybe.
Okay.
Maybe.
Okay, so we find a Grandmaster and kill him. Okay, got it.
Or a power that be?
Rules, contracts. And she'll kind of like verbatim share all of the Grim stuff.
Jackson, roll me a charisma check.
Charisma check. Okay. One success.
The you hear your paper sort of like tears off of the notepad and folds itself origami style into a little chicken that goes running to.
What's the deal with that? Okay, fine.
No, I prefer my art unfinished. It gives me a thrill.
Okay, weirdo.
And she looks at it. She's like, I love this moment so much.
Made the deal. This is your revenge. Taking it.
No. This is not my revenge. No. This is me being helpful. Now, when you decide whether you're going to kill your son for your friend because no matter what it takes, then that might be revenge. But I don't plan on watching it live. I'm just gonna get the highlights. Keep those pencils sharp, kids. See you soon. She turns to return to her hut.
Wait. That
Yeah.
wasn't the deal.
Yes, it was the deal. I gave you the Neo. You are going to paint me some pictures. I'm going to ask for them within 24 hours of giving you the Neo, and they're going to come to me. Deal done.
Oh. All right.
Bye-bye. Aaron is there, his hands unbound, like, unbinding. Yeah, she's not from this sphere, this side. She likes to wander. None of the masters like her.
Do you know the Masters?
I've met a few of them.
You met the one here?
No, haven't been to this one. This one is usually in flux.
Do you know anything about any Grandmasters?
Grandmaster. Yeah, I mean, it's a rumor. Rumor is that at the top of Die, on the 20, is the realm of the Grandmaster. Behind the screen is his fortress, and he is the master of masters. That he can change the rules for all the realms, or any of the realms. Usually a master sets the rules and parameters, the themes, the stylings within their own realm.
Jeff?
Yes.
Jeff is the Grand Master?
No, I don't.
I
not,
think-
not that
I
I
think-
know of.
Jeff is just a master.
Of just of this one, I think.
Masters are just players. They have
Okay.
they have a die like anyone else. Well, not anyone else, but you get the idea.
Jeff. Terrence is just looking around and starts kind of yelling into the air.
You can roll me your d4, and on a 4, he will hear you.
Great.
Okay. You're yelling. Aaron looks at you, and he looks at Theo.
He died saving me. He fell.
Yeah. Two of
How
my
did you get here?
I did a lot of after-school activities because I didn't have anywhere to go. D&D club came to town. Hated it. Tried playing Shadowrun. System was dumb. Wrote a bunch of fiction. My girlfriend was... You'd have liked her. She was mean. But she was nice to me. And her friends were playing. They wanted me to play. I said fine, but I didn't want to be an elf or anything stupid. And I wanted to have a gun. And they said, cool. Gave me this weird looking die. Closed my eyes, rolled it, ended up here.
Sounds familiar. You said you've been here 6 months?
I guess. The realms aren't all the same. Some of them don't have normal day-night cycles. The Vanya side doesn't see a lot of sun. So, you know. kinda lo-
Anya?
Yeah, an amalgamation of, you know, Shelley and Stoker are the master there. So,
Oh.
yeah. Well, you know, you don't want to do stupid kid bullshit. Going through a dungeon, killing little yip yips and taking their pennies.
Yeah.
Somebody said it would be fun and sexy and gothic and, you know, mature.
This is cute. I can see the family resemblance now.
So,
Sorry you lost members of your party.
yeah, me too. Yeah, 2 of them. Jennifer and Michael. He was the master. He was... He was more a player. Adventured around with us. Had fallen worms for, I don't know, 5 weeks. go do a dungeon delve to get the, I don't know, acid, balm, salve, whatever, to puke them up. I think it was a Dune reference. I don't know. It's not all references and homages. Some of
Yes, it
it's
is.
some of it's just influential people. You know, Eternal Prussia, Clockwork Prussia. It's this neo-Nazi force with clockwork soldiers and steel dragons fighting against the last bastion of light. Always for kids, drafted every day. Only one of them returns. That was kind of cool. Got to meet him. You know.
Yeah.
Shitty
Lot
place to
of-
walk through.
Yeah, sounds like it. A lot of this side has been references and things that it looks like Jeff pulled from our own life. I was hoping, when I first saw you, I was kind of hoping that's what it was. Jeff trying to teach me something.
As he gets ready to talk, the world starts to shake. An earthquake, but bigger. It doesn't just shake beneath your feet, it starts to shake in your soul. And then it stops. Oh. Yeah, that's probably not good.
Any idea what it might be?
Only other time I felt something like that was when the realm was changing, when the rules were changing, when Michael wanted to, you know, conquer all the realms. That was his thing. He wanted to be the Grand Master. And his friends were on board. And I loved her, so, you know. So when he would take over a spot, that would happen. But nothing's changing here, so I don't know. But if your master's alive, you should find him.
Yeah. I think that's our next step. We have other ideas, but Allison, Jackson, Lauren, we already know the answer.
Do we?
Yeah, find and kill the Grandmaster.
No, Jeff's mountain. That's
Oh, that one too. Yeah,
where we'll
the
find
answer.
him.
We'll find him. Yeah.
I can get you there.
Okay.
Oh,
How?
I just need some fair gold.
yeah. We
Over-
got you.
Overclock my teleporter.
Hell
Per-
yeah.
Pretty good chance we all make it.
Theo, you want to do the thing with your chest again?
I don't feel so good about it, but
Well, okay, let's just hold on here. Maybe we just walk. Okay?
There. Are there fallen nearby? If we can get Fairgold, we can get there, and it's going to be a lot faster than walking.
if I can
Fine.
access the Fairfield, I can track them. Tell you where they're at.
Okay.
But I need
Yeah. So let's look for some non-Fairfield actions or options for a moment. Sorry. Huh?
No, it's okay. I get it.
But you said that there's a pretty good chance that we all make it. What has happened when that has not been the case?
And he sort of pulls a glove from his hand, and it is like the Luke Skywalker hand.
Yeah, maybe we walk. Yeah.
You guys are pretty smart to keep him around, though.
Yeah, we're gonna fix him.
Yeah.
I'm Jackson, by the way, and he will.
Aaron.
And he will
Aaron.
handshake
Yeah.
and.
Is that... And he looks at Terrence. Is that you? Asking about Theo.
Yeah. So I'm keeping him under control. Makes me a little useless in a fight, but
It's all right.
better.
I had Jennifer hacked for a month, so yeah.
Can I insight check Aaron?
Yeah?
He had her hacked.
There's something about this child that's making me uncomfortable.
Wait, no, I forgot that he could kind of keep them.
You
calm,
also
Yeah.
too.
forget
forgot
he's the
about that.
son of Sad Boy. He's got some
Yeah.
sad boy energy as well.
With his own trauma from sad
Yeah.
boy dad
Yeah.
leaving.
Yeah.
What is an insight check?
Wisdom.
Wisdom?
Yep.
2. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'll let you roll your vigilance die on it because you are paying super attention.
Oh, I got a 6. A 4 and a 6.
So 2 successes. Yeah, he's being honest. He's he is not comforted at the sight of his dad. You get the feeling this kid's spent near a decade just taking care of himself. And he will continue to do that. He doesn't give a fuck who you are. So when he says he kept his girlfriend hacked for a month, he hacked and killed her every day for fair gold.
Cool.
Can I try something stupid?
Sure.
This has been in my head ever since she said powers that be.
Yeah.
And I don't think this is going to work because I don't think this is what this means. But she's just going to walk behind a nearby tree really quickly so she doesn't just scream this in the middle of the group.
Mm-hmm.
But it's from the never-ending story. The only way to save Fantasia is to name the girl.
Mm-hmm.
So she's going to name one of the powers, maybe.
Okay.
So she's just going to scream out, "Childlike Empress."
Roll a charisma check.
I don't know if I have any. Is that a 1?
2.
Probably
Oh, is that
2
true?
at least, yeah.
Yep.
Okay. 1 success. It was a 6.
Doesn't seem to have any effect.
Yeah.
The world rumbles, and you look at each other as Lauren steps around the corner, and each of you sort of splits. And every image of a player, the only person that doesn't is Theo, looks like a slightly different version of yourselves. And then sort of squeezes back together. And Aaron, This is not good.
We got to move faster, guys.
Yeah. We walk quickly.
I'm gonna see if I can call upon some fast travel.
Okay.
And I will reach out to Apollonius.
Okay.
I've seen Stardust, so you've seen Stardust.
Absolutely.
Can we do a Babylon candle situation?
I think we can do something along those lines.
Yes.
It'll be difficult, though. 4.
Good thing you owe me. At least one.
I do. Settle up at 3.
Let's do it quickly.
Not a problem. Candle wax begins to drip from the end of her staff, piling onto the ground in a perfect cylinder.
Is that a Babylon candle?
Yes, now hold hands.
Oh, yeah, I love Stardust.
I don't think I've seen it.
Oh, yeah, you have.
It'll allow us to travel faster.
Yeah, it's got Claire Danes, and then De Niro's in it, but he's like a gay spy pirate.
All
Sky
right,
pirate is.
that's
Sorry.
all right. And she will make sure everyone's at least touched, because I think that's the way you do it. You have to be
Yeah.
touching.
Mhm.
That's how
and
this
she
one
will-
works, because that's how you think it works.
And she'll light the candle. And it's a mountain, so I assume we have a good direct.
Yeah, you do. Perfectly clear vision. You find yourselves rushing at the speed of light across the sky, and in a second, a loud, thunderous crash of stone breaking sends you all hurling through a door, through a wall. Theo taking the impact first. And as you come rolling up in this observatory-like room, this star field above, each beam of light another thread, sort of weaving together, this odd and surrounding you three-dimensional hologram, this wire frame of this portion of dye. And you see there, pulling strings, catching a corner as it begins to sort of crumple and fall out, is Jeff. What are you doing? Why isn't Theo better?
The player that you were working with the other masters to bring. It's my son.
You have a kid? Sorry, shit, and everything starts to shake, and he grabs a hold of another piece and starts tying it together, and he's like, you don't... Okay. Well, we don't have a lot of time. I promised the other masters they could have the realm. They're taking it.
God. Hey Jeff, maybe stop trying to solve everything by yourself and talk with the people that you stuck in this place next time. Cool. So how do we kill the other masters that are trying to take this place? How do we stop them?
I mean, you play their game, whatever that one is.
Are these threads things that we can touch, or is it only Jeff that can touch them?
You don't know.
I will reach out and try and touch one.
Your hand starts to go through it, but as you do, he sees what you're doing, and he reaches sort of through his own head and pulls out his 20, and in this realm, the players of this party may hold the strings that build this frame. And the die spins in his hand as though it was rolling, and he catches it. Okay. All right. Yeah, we're good. Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, because you're gonna need more hands than yours to keep all of these from snapping
Yeah.
at the rate that they're snapping.
Well-
So Jackson will just like
I don't.
be ready to grab them.
Yeah. As you start to catch him, he's like, I don't understand. Something changed. We were all ready to go home.
Yeah. Theo died, and then you sent Terrence's son to go die in his place, and then you told people that they could have this realm. That's what happened.
I didn't send Terrence's son. I got whatever player I could. Okay? I'm sorry it's your son. I'm sorry.
It's just, how do we get out of here? How do we go home?
We
Once
just
this
have
is
to.
fixed, just
All the players in the game have to agree that they want it to end. That's it. Hold hands,
So
close your
if-
eyes, and wish for home.
Why the fuck did we not do that before, Jeff?
Because it's Wizard of Oz rules. Glinda doesn't tell you at the beginning when you get here that all you have to do is click your heels and think of home. You have to go on the journey or else it doesn't work.
I mean, it's your journey. I don't. Theo was alive.
figure this out. If the masters are coming to take this realm, and kill one of them. Jeff, I'll help you. But you need to look Theo in his eyes and apologize. Face to face like a man. And I'm gonna, if this is something that involves a little bit of subtle control, and I have to make a charisma check.
Any use of your power is going to return your die to you.
Oh, even if it's not the like emotional control, if it's just like the nudge that.
The nudge
Okay.
still requires the die.
Okay,
Yeah.
would be the nudge. Is this a
Sorry.
charisma check to try to convince, like, persuade Jeff to
You can.
just
Yeah,
face Theo and apologize?
yeah.
That is 3 successes.
Okay. What were you going to say, Lauren?
Oh, I'm sorry. You're asking Jeff to apologize to Theo for him accidentally getting killed? Jeff didn't do this.
He's the
Are you going to
architect.
apologize? Fuck off, man. Why is it always someone else's fault? It's never yours. Are you going to apologize to any of us for not keeping in touch?
I see you twice a week. Jeff didn't know
Oh.
I even had a son. Jackson and I never
Did
hadn't
you
talked for
reach
years
out?
before this.
Did you ever tell
It's
him?
no,
Did you...
it's none of your fault. It's just we fell out. It happens. This
Yeah.
happens to people.
So why does he have to apologize to someone he doesn't even know anymore for something that wasn't his fault? My God, why are you so self-pitying?
I feel like I finally built something, and I just learned that all I've lost it. Okay, that's
I didn't
my
know you.
son grew up without me.
I didn't know you had. I didn't know you had a son. I didn't know you had anything. I just knew you're. Just knew you were sad. I knew life didn't turn out for anybody the way it was meant to, and I thought I could fix it because here we get to write the rules. You made the realm, whatever you wanted it to be, and I was willing to lose every day to let you win, to beat me. Just so I could, get it right.
I can get a master here. I can summon a master. I know how to get a master here.
Lauren goes quiet.
Very dramatic cutoff.
Sorry. Okay.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
I just
No, you're good. You're good. You're good.
while you're working through that.
Because now my phone is dying. All right.
Oh,
I can get a master here. I can get a master here.
Okay.
We write the rules. It's the craft. We just have to summon him. Okay. I just need some stuff. I need earth, fire, I need our dice. I need our die. We all need our die. And we sit and we chant and then they show up.
Lauren, do you even want to leave?
I'm offering solutions here. I'm sorry they're not Upper East Side enough for you.
No, it's not the solution. It's Jeff said if we all want to leave, we can leave.
Okay, so then let's just do that.
But
Except
that would be
that
leaving.
Theo can't leave yet. So I'm offering help. I think I know how to summon a master. Crap.
I mean, they're on their a master at least is on their way, right? That's why the threads, and he like grabs one as it snaps, are breaking.
well, they're partly breaking because you're not thinking of this world anymore.
Sure. But they're already on their way. Yeah. Do we know where they will show up? Will they show up here? Is this the place that masters sit? Or
No,
whatever?
I mean, it's in the middle. They start on the edges.
Okay. Sure. Maybe sure. Fuck it. Let's try and summon a master and kill them and then get out. And then once Theo's back, we can get out. Terrence.
For what?
During the
I don't understand.
What?
Why? Theo's
Why what?
here. We can help him here. What are you
How?
gonna do back there?
not constantly be in danger of being murdered at any second. I mean, not necessarily true, but it is much more tangible here.
Jackson, have you had any more fun than you've had in the past 2 weeks? Did you
No,
ever
but I've also
stop
been the most sad.
smiling? For 2 weeks. I'm serious. You loved every second running at all of the ridiculous fallen and into traps and fire and into a dragon's mouth. You
Yeah, but
loved that. And you want to give that up to help kids and have broken shoulders?
yes, because sometimes you have to grow up, Jeff. And growing up sucks. But you have to fucking do it.
Yeah.
It is fun to pretend. It is fun to play games. It is fun to do those things, and the reason that it's fun is because you're not always doing those things. It's an escape from your shitty, monotonous adult life. But whenever it's not an escape anymore, and it's a very real danger, and your friend dies because of it, it's less fun, even when you forget about it because the adrenaline's pumping through your body. But you gotta wake up from your kid dream sometime. So I just want us to kill a master, get Theo back, and then we can go home. And we can play pretend again, but it can actually be pretend.
Is that what you want, Allison?
I've already lost 7 years to this game. Don't want to lose any more.
We haven't. It's been 2 weeks. It hasn't been 7 years.
Not according to Aaron.
Well, I don't know what the fuck's wrong with Aaron. Aaron got here on his own. He's not part of my game. He's not part of our game. Is that what you want, Terrence?
Without sounding like I'm self-pitying again, if it's been 7 years, I have nothing to go back to. I've lost my wife before this. I've lost my son. That much time has gone by. Everybody thinks I'm dead.
It's been...
I just want...
Jeff looks at Aaron. It's like, what? Why would you ruin this again? It's been 2 weeks, Terrence. It's been 2 weeks. That's all. You don't have to be a movie theater manager. You don't have to let... You can make people feel the way you feel so that they understand.
Do you want to understand how I feel?
Terrence.
Last time we played, you all thought you were different. I'm sorry it's been so uncomfortable for you being who you really are.
You know what? I'm gonna pull out the mirror and put it right in front of Jeff. Who are you? Who are you?
Boo.
I really wanna know.
Guy that had
Who
a
are
few
you, Jeff?
friends. Person that was happy once and tried to grow up and have a wife and have a kid and another and another and go to work and pay my mortgage and pay my bills, and it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Because no matter how hard you work at it, no matter what you do, it can still go away. It can be taken away from you at any moment, and it sucks. But you know what? Here, you're right. It may not matter. Here's just make-believe or pretend or whatever. But it's real enough for Theo to die. And here, what I do matters. Here I have a chance to give the only people that have ever been nice to me a chance to do and be whatever they want to be. And you got to. I didn't make any of this. You know what I've been doing for 2 weeks? I've been sitting here weaving this together. Every thought that you had, every desire, every guess, every belief, just sowing and losing and being okay with it. Being okay with being the bad guy. But you got to negotiate with gods. You got to run and have no consequences. To be free, you saw everything. You saw everything you ever wanted to see, including yourself. And you, Terrence, you chose to feel grief and pity and sadness. You chose it. I didn't choose it for you. So fine. You want to go home? You want to take Thea with me? with him, kill me. Fallen don't get a vote. I said, no matter what it takes. We all said, no matter what it takes. No matter what. You all backed off on that. I kept my promise. You want to go home with Theo and not with me? I'm here. Go ahead.
I'm gonna punch her in the face.
Go for it. Punch him.
It's a free. In this game, weirdly enough, it's a free action to punch Jeff.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm gonna punch him in the face.
Yeah.
Because he's really pissing Jackson off. That is 4 6s.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
On my 4 dexterity. So I punch. I'm not punching to kill.
Okay.
But this is a like a you have rambled and annoyed us all enough that I must punch you to stop you.
Sure.
Punch.
Yeah.
So he's just decking him to knock him down.
Good old fashioned face punching.
Yeah.
As he does, it slows down in Lauren's head, and she hears the Sherlock Holmes soundtrack and like Robert Downey Jr. narrating the like break the cartilage, all that.
Yeah.
What's your total? For just the 4?
The 4, yeah, because
Okay.
I didn't roll my fool's die.
That's fine.
I mean, I guess I could have, but I didn't, so just 4.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. He spins. Looks like he's gonna fall out. And as he does, the die pulls from the back of his mind again, and and as he falls, he says, "Here there are no dictators." And he looks at it. And we'll see if... No powers that be. So Jeff is unconscious.
Where's
Terrence.
his die?
It's in his hand.
Sorry.
Terrence, your die goes inert. And Theo, his back grows. His fingers elongate. He turns bestial. You all have one chance right now to feed Theo or kill him. You can feed him Aaron. Feed him Jeff.
Can I try something really quickly?
You'll get one chance. We're gonna go in initiative order. So,
Hey.
Jackson, what would you like to do?
Okay, you know what? Okay. If you knock out a fallen, like, is there a way to knock a fallen unconscious without killing them?
Fallen operate under different rules. Once they hit 0,
0, they're dead.
yeah, they don't.
Okay.
They don't have an unconscious state.
But
Because technically they're always unconscious. When you quote unquote kill them, they're gonna pop back up.
Yeah. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm going to hand the GM my D6.
Okay.
And the if all else fails.
Okay.
And my piece of unfeasibly good luck.
Okay.
I think so. Jackson like decked Jeff.
Yeah.
Like gave him a good old right hook.
Yeah.
But his left hand still had some of the threads in it.
Okay.
So I think he's going to. I would like to do something with the threads to stop Jeff, or not stop Jeff, to stop Theo, where he basically to trap Theo.
To trap
give
Theo.
us to give us a minute.
Okay. Yeah, you grab you grab a hold of the threads from the edge, you pull them up. I'm gonna need you to make let's call it a dexterity check.
Okay.
Um,
Got it. Three sixes and a 5.
Okay. So you
I need to play games with D6s more often.
that's your
Goddamn.
system, my dude. Yeah. So you pull and you wrap Jeff. The ground itself swells up and begins to bind him. He is struggling against it. He will get some strength checks to try to break out. And as you have pulled the threads, the side of the D20 near the 9 has just begun to crumple as the world begins to shake. And it is unraveling beneath you.
That's not good.
Jeff is going to try to break out. Or, not Jeff. Theo.
Yep.
Theo does not.
Yep.
He gets 1 success, so he's got 2 more to go. Turns.
Okay. Yeah. Jackson will have also just said, I'm giving us some more time. Figure something else out. Neither of them are dying. As he tied him up.
Okay. Lauren.
Okay. So Jeff is still lying on the floor,
Yep.
and his die is on the floor.
Yep.
Is his die crumbling?
Nope.
Okay, she's gonna grab the die, put her hands on her knees, and look over at him from above. And you have been weighed, you have been measured, and you have been found wanting. Welcome to the new world. And she'll look right up at Terrence. May Terrence have mercy on your soul. If it is right that he should do so. And then she's gonna slam the D20 into Terrence's chest. She's trying to change GMs.
Trying to change rules.
Yeah. And I have I don't know how much observance I have anymore.
Sure.
I'm using everything I have.
Okay.
But it's Knight's Tale.
Yeah. I get it.
Just one.
I get
okay.
it. So here's what we're
I need
gonna
my
do.
references to be known.
Roll me. We're gonna expend all your vigilance to do this. Roll me the D8. Just the D8.
Hunt. It's a 1. Damn it! That was such a good idea.
As the die presses into Terrence's chest, you feel it slip from your hand, and you watch it pull out of the back as this nebulous, radiant, wrapped in bandages thing, humanoid, appears. One player, one die.
God! God! God!
Broken the rules. And he looks at Jeff. Jeff's the master of the realm. It's his responsibility to uphold the rules. So you got till the end of the round before the powers that be take it out on Jeff.
Please, she'll get in front of Jeff. Please, no, it was me. I just wanted to do something. I didn't want to watch anymore.
Allison?
Yeah. Jeff said some shit. The thing is, she doesn't really like Jeff, and she doesn't really like Theo either. and she's lost.
Was
Go ahead.
Was Jeff wrong?
No. Well, no.
Is there any encounter you have run into in the world of Die that you think was designed by Jeff?
It's difficult too, because what he gave her was just an exaggerated version of her normal life. Like, she makes a lot of deals, she makes contracts, that's part of being corporate.
It is.
And he just changed the scale.
Is that all he did, or by chance who do you usually negotiate deals for?
The company.
Who do you negotiate deals
Mainly.
for here?
Okay.
Jeff gave you control. You don't have to work for a corporation. In fact, the corporation, their temples, they work for you. You do not have to do anything, Allison. It is your choice. And choosing not to take an action is as much of a choice as any. Would you like to talk through it with us?
So I don't want to, like, what I kind of just want to burn the threads,
You can do that.
but like that just, I feel like we
Yeah.
worked really hard to stall until this point. Now we've got a power that be out here, but
I mean,
I don't
but
know what to do with it.
if your instinct is to burn the threads, then fuck it, do it.
Yeah.
It's the last session, baby.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think he
Sure.
does just want to go
wild.
scorched earth policy,
Okay.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Okay.
and just fire blast it.
Okay. You're gonna need a miracle. You're gonna need Fire God,
Yeah,
and it's directly proportionate to the amount of damage you want to do. So how much? Godbind, we can burn this whole world down for you. You just need to know. All you need to do is ask.
yeah. I want it. I don't want to be here. I don't want to be there. I don't really care between Jeff and Theo which one ends up.
Well,
Kind of just want to ruin what Jeff did.
we can ruin what Jeff did. You should stay with us. We have a good thing going on here. You guys watch as Allison begins to burn. Raw fire and lava begins to pour from her dress. The intense heat begins to expand. Terrence.
While this is happening, Allison's pouring out hot fire.
She's spitting fire, yo.
Terrence turns to the Grandmaster.
It's not a Grandmaster. It's a power that be.
Or-
It's oddly different.
To the power that be.
Yeah.
And says, "One player, one die. This world has no dictators, and I have no die." And he just holds out his hand.
You're still a dictator. Just because your powers don't work here doesn't mean you're not a
No.
dictator.
Sorry, I thought because he.
It's a good clever. No, you're clever. I like it.
Alright.
That's not the contract of the rule. However, this master has broken too many of the rules.
Could you just feed him to our friend?
They hold up a coin. Because the fair and the powers that be, when they determine things, it's fair. 50-50.
Can I look at the coin and see if it is, or if he's
It's real coin.
Fucking-
It's yeah.
is he two facing us? Okay.
Nope. Has two sides.
Call it in the air.
Sure. What do you want? Odds or evens? This is me, Cody, asking.
Odds.
Odds? Okay.
Yep.
What type of die do you want?
I mean, I'm a dictator, right? D4.
All right. You want to roll it? You want me to?
I'll let you roll it.
All right.
Let the powers that be.
Norse Foundry, D4.
Yeah.
Here we go. I can't. That is a 1. The fire released by Allison burns away from the threads and lets Theo go. And as the floor falls from beneath all of you, Theo plunges his claws into Jeff. And immediately you watch Theo's skin and color return. And Jeff become an oddly blue and purple sort of metallic oil slick. You all are falling now to the center of die. As you do, Terrence, do you want to end the game?
Yeah. I do.
Lauren, do you want to end the game?
Is Jeff incorporeal?
No,
He's just blue,
he's fallen.
right? No.
What would you like to do instead?
She would like to stay.
Everyone stays or everyone goes?
Fuck you guys, she'll go. She'll go, she'll go, she'll go. Shit. She'll go.
Terrence, would you like to end the game? Terrence? Yes. Would you like to end the game?
No.
Okay. What would you like to do instead?
I'm gonna burn the game down from the inside. Terrence wants to hunt the other masters and end the game.
Allison, do you want to end the game?
Allison's done playing. She wants to stop. She wants to end the game.
If you want to end the game, everyone must agree. Jackson, do you want to end the game?
For all of his bravado earlier, there were just a lot of things that Jeff said that really resonated as remarkably true. And I think it takes him, even as they're falling, like it takes him a second to really like convince himself that he does, even if he's lying. But I think for the sake of everybody else as well, he'll say yes, he wants to end the game.
Jackson, if you want to end the game, everyone has to agree. Lauren, do you want to end the game?
Yes.
To end the game, everyone has to agree.
Terrence, I'm home.
Do we know if Aaron gets to come with us?
He's falling, right? He's falling with us?
He is.
Terrence, Aaron gets to come with us. He's a part of the game. He's coming with us.
Different
He's not
player.
part of our game.
Different
He's not one
player.
of our players.
Different game.
Shit.
Oh, but if he believed it, we could go home.
We don't have a master anymore. Can he become a master?
One player, one die. He has to stop being a Neo first. So if you want to wait around, kill Aaron, make him a Fallen, and then give him Jeff's die, sure.
Doesn't Theo have
Theo
Jeff's die now?
has Jeff's die.
Theo
Well, then
has
we'll-
his own die. Theo has his Neo die back.
Oh.
Yep.
Right.
No.
I don't know, maybe we'll come back to where we started, and then you can stop him from ever playing the game.
We've only been gone 2 weeks. If we go back, your son is just, you're going to have to deal with like child protective services.
Jeff was right. Everything that's happened here has been our own decisions and what we've wanted, who we want to be.
And you want to be sad forever? You want to force people to be sad and kill themselves forever? That's what you're saying right now? As we're falling, skydiving.
Yeah, it's like I hate having.
We're falling.
You guys have to have personal realizations mid-fall. Really?
I just have nothing to go back to. If Aaron's here,
You have us, you asshole.
I have you all here. We can be more. And this time it'd be
Why?
us choosing it, not Jeff.
You're just gonna be the same. You're just gonna be miserable. Only now you can hurt people with it. Well, you can hurt them harder.
Fine. I want to end the game.
Allison, do you want to end the game?
I want to end the game.
Lauren, do you want to end the game?
You can say whatever you want.
Yeah, you get it. This is-
I know. I'm sorry. I want to end the game.
Jackson, do you want to end the game?
Is the power that be falling with us too?
He can probably hear you.
He will call out to it.
Mm-hmm.
How do we change the rules to include Aaron in our game. We're missing a player now.
You don't?
But the one who makes up the rules in this realm is dead.
What realm? You burnt it all away. Jackson, do you want to end the game?
Fuck! Oh God. I mean, now that we discussed Aaron not being able to come back, no.
Yeah.
What do you want to do instead?
Figure out a way to make Aaron come back too, just in case.
So you want to stay on die, recover the living members of his party, and
Yeah.
and help them return.
Yeah.
Okay. Allison, is that what you want to do?
I'll stay on die.
Terrence, do you want to keep playing?
Did.
Lauren,
I do.
do you want to keep playing?
Yes.
Jackson, do you want to keep playing?
What does Theo say?
Theo's just happy to be alive.
That's fair.
Theo's happy to be alive. He'll vote whatever way you want to vote.
Yeah. I just wanted to pass off some of the responsibility. Yeah.
With that, we're going to bring our adventure in Die to a close. But not for our friends. I would like each of you to pick up your die. And roll it. Jackson, what did you get? Lauren, what did you get?
A 2.
Allison, what did you get?
A 5.
Terrence, what did you get?
4.
Okay. In the middle, excuse me. In the middle of 5 o'clock traffic, where the 10 meets the 428, with the bumpers locked against each other. Beneath an underpass, five friends step out from the shadows. It's been 12 years that you spent in Die. the fallen. You worked hard to help, to organize. You met other adventuring teams, sent them home, taught them the ways. You replaced the more dangerous masters, the more violent ones. Jeff traveled with you a little bit. Not at first, but eventually. When the time came, he apologized, but was glad that you were going home. You learned that Dai had always been, would continue to be, that it is that intersection that we all share, that moment when what has happened mixes with what could happen, when your imagination and your memory blend together and fantasy is as potent as reality. The cops pick you up. They have many questions. Nothing you say helps. But you haven't done anything wrong. And they let you go home. If you have one still. Jackson, you go to your gymnasium. Key still works. There's a big picture of you up over one end. You bounce off of that springboard and fall into a very large foam pit. Shoulders hurt. When you wake up, your partner's there. Dives in, can't believe it's you. Holds your face. Claws at you. Squeezes you. Allison. Before you left, you had portfolio and investments. They just matured. Your job's gone. Your contacts are amazed that you're alive. Happy to talk with you. You play this right. Could have any job you want. I wonder which one you'll choose. Lauren, your blog is continuing to be run in memoriam. Your fans cut together your old clips to make new reviews for movies. People watch you. Terrence, you go home. You sent Aaron home long before you. Things just kept happening. One of them would die, or be sick, or lose a limb. Everything had to be fixed. The house has been empty for a while. But amazingly, your key still works. It smells stale. The way houses can. There's good news and bad news, my players. You see, outside of Terrence's house, a cop car pulls up. Lights flashing. Terrence, you go to the door. You squint in the darkness. Floodlight pours in at you. You take a step towards the door, and it flings open, running into your arms is a 14-year-old Aaron. It's only been 12 months, not 12 years, for each of you. And that, my players, is the good news. But as you all gather together, I apologize. As you all gather yourselves for rest, after long meals and tears, you find on your nightstands a small note that says, "It was all for you." And right next to it, there's a dice. Well, actually, dice is the wrong word. The right word is a die. And that, my friends, is the end of our trip into this RPG adventure. I hope you all enjoyed it. Do you have anything you guys would like to say or talk about, or thoughts or feelings or anything along those lines? Is everybody okay?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
Good.
This is a remarkably kick-ass system, and I cannot wait for this.
Yeah, I will let you. So the I guess epilogue for Jeff is that he falls into a coma, and that is his disappearance.
The way that he.
Yes,
dies
Theo comes home. He's fine. When Jeff does not, when you players have left, he is there. His body's just in a coma. Yeah, so that's Die. If you haven't read the comic, please check out the comic. It is very cool. We don't get anything for saying that. Just this fun time that we've had that we got to share with you. This system is going to have a Kickstarter in November, I believe, and it will have like level ups. I think one of the longer like campaign setups is the "We Go Kill the Masters" adventure, which you guys were very much on. There's some really cool realms and
Trendsetters.
things like that. Yeah. If you guys don't mind, I know we're a little late, but if you can take just 1 minute, maybe run through and give me your opinions real fast, I would love to, or your feedback. I know just for a second of decompression, or if you don't want to talk on camera, we can close down the stream and do that afterwards. But I want to make sure that both our audience is okay and the players are okay, and that everybody can step away from this. It is so this contained a little bit of spoilers. One of the big things is what is all the fantasy for, right? And what are these games for? And ultimately, the idea being that they're for you, for us, for the players to experience things, to live things, to have things. The idea that fantasy is as palpable and real as reality can be is one of my favorite ideas and tropes. So one of my favorite things is watching players who I've DM'd 6 months or a year later do the, you remember that time you jumped into Dragon's Mouth? And not the, you remember that time your character did the dumb thing? It's like it's personal, it's owned, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so that was one of the things that I wanted to do for this. It was with the themes. That's also why I was asking you guys a lot of questions, because I was like, I don't know. He's just going to want you to do whatever you want to do. So you tell me what you're good at, and that's what you're going to get to do. So yeah, who has something to share? Those are kind of my thoughts. I think you guys did an amazingly good job. I know it was super tough. I know that end decision really, really sucks. I'm so sorry that it does.
It was.
I mean,
It's an incredible narrative beat. So like, don't apologize for any of that. That was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's the thing, right? Is
emotion.
that, well, yeah, like it's the reason that it's hard is because it's a good, like the fact that it is a hard decision means that it was a good story being told.
Yeah.
To me, right? Like it's, if it was a terribly, and not that it being a terribly easy decision would mean that it was a less good story being told, but
Yeah.
that like the fact that it was such a hard decision meant that like we had things that our characters still wanted to do, and our characters were invested, and we as players were invested in our characters' thoughts about real life versus fantasy.
Yeah.
And that's what made it difficult.
Yeah. The little paper, the game explaining thing is like, about 3 out of 4 times people choose to go home. If people choose to stay, it should be like a weird world, all of those sorts of things. You guys stayed with the express purpose of eventually coming home. Right. And so I wanted to give you guys a good denouement, a good wrap up for that. So, but thank you. Yeah. Megan, you started something. I didn't mean to interrupt.
The emotion of this game took me by surprise. And I think it's like there's the obviousness of so many of the classes are emotion based.
Yeah.
But that wasn't what got us there.
No.
In my opinion, anyway. Like Terrence deciding to be a grief tater wasn't he's a sad potato.
Yeah.
It wasn't but that wasn't what drove the seriousness and the sadness of all of the moments. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I love the system. This is a good system.
I'm glad you enjoyed it.
I also just want to say, do you know how threatening it is to leave on a cinephile's nightstand? It's all for you. That's the opening line from the fucking Omen.
Oh, I didn't know that.
That's what the nannies say when they kill themselves for Damien.
No. So I apologize. There it is. spoilers ahead for Die. If you don't want to know, then turn that off, and I'll wave at you when we're done. So the last big question that the world of Die has is, what am I for? What is this for? And the big answer is, it was for us. It was for the players. It was for you, right? So there you go. Okay, you can come back now. Allison, is there anything you would like to share, or Nick, that you're a real person, not Allison?
I'm a real person. I think just knowing that it was so concise. Like a lot of the times when you play, when you sit at a table, like it'll go till you're done. We went in here knowing we'll go till 3 sessions. So they were all like super charged.
Yeah.
So that I think is a really interesting, and we weren't like, we each had our own like mechanic sheet to reference, but it's a 1.5 page, 2 pages maybe.
Yeah.
So it was just game. I don't know if there was ever downtime in this. Like, it was always game, which is really like intense from a player perspective.
I think part of that is that the game, while you have the mechanics for all of the like traditional trope things, we know that, right? Like everybody knows the dragon fight, everybody knows the orc fight. Like, we've experienced that. It's this side that's kind of messy that is where it really punches. But I can imagine these friends, these adventurers, you guys did shit every day. Like, you were doing weird, like, we were in a village, we killed a dog today, we fought some orcs. Like you guys, whatever, not, Cerberus, like a bad dog, not a good dog, a bad dog. And feeling that, but feeling that weight of that without doing every session is really impressive. So, yeah, thank you. Andrew, our resident sad boy.
Yeah, that's which for one, like, mental illness is a huge thing. If you're watching this, like, if you feel it, get help. There's such a stigma around it. I deal with depression and anxiety myself, which is kind of a big factor in like the character I built, because even in PvP last season 2 starting tomorrow, another shout out to that, my PvP character was another sad boy. Like, he was a little bit more edge driven, but this game really giving you a chance to really explore emotion in a setting that a lot of the time, like in D&D, you have really big emotional moments, but like having something that you are not only like your backstory might contribute to it, but like you are mechanically encouraged to lean into your players' feelings. I went in really excited to explore a character that just dealt out grief on a very literal level, and then seeing that naturally develop as I chose like rage and remorse and things like that. Like, and then especially the way you brought it back at the end, and my die was tied up keeping Theo there, and I had to decide, like, am I going to like succumb to letting him loose so that I can deal with one person, and then at the end just fully taking that away from me, making it so a character that in my mind shows grief as like a catharsis. Like, I want people to understand how I feel, being then that same person, but having the power kind of taken from him and being almost helpless in the situation it was just a really incredible, like, emotional journey for me myself along with that. And the fact that the system really lets you do that and lean into it is incredible.
Yeah.
Well, and it lets you lean into it, but not wallow. You know what I mean? Like, there's so many times I feel like in regular D&D campaigns where we as players, it's all about my backstory, ask me about my tragic backstory, and then let me monologue for hours about, right? And we give each other those amazingly pregnant pauses of, oh, well, tell me about your parent, whatever the fuck. But because of the way that character creation is with this, we already knew each other. We knew each other's favorite foods. We were all fucking on it. There was a backstory that really needed to be learnt. And so when those emotions happened, they weren't locked and loaded and stored. They were honest reactions to
Yeah.
what was being presented, which is amazing. And honestly, I think is far it kept me present and moving forward, as opposed to like waiting for a time when I can insert my what I would like my emotional response to be. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. You
Okay.
guys got to feel it. And as I felt like you came out and were like, Terrence, stop pitying yourself. And I'm like, no.
Yeah.
Terrence, get out of my sandwich.
And I will say, I'm excited for this to come out and like become more popular, because I can't imagine anybody having the same experience we did. Like you, the rest of you as players, Cody, you as a DM. This was
Thank you.
incredible.
Thank you very much.
Master.
I sincerely couldn't do anything without you guys. You were brave and open and supported each other. So 1,000 times thank you. There's some really fun different scripts that they've run for different groups. We did, we used to play a game together. There's also the like, we're designing a video game today. We know each other from work, or we're in a punk rock band and this is what we do to unwind. Like there's a bunch of them. It's very cool. Check it out. It's free at diarpg.com. Again, don't get anything for it. Is there anything anybody else would like to say before we say goodnight? Well, with that, I love you all. I love all of you guys out there. We're going to say goodnight. We're back tomorrow, 7 p.m. Eastern for the Ultentia PvP Challenger League Season 2 match at 7 and at 9:30. That is going to be it for us. We will see you next time. But until then, be cool.